makanya. Dilarang aja. Oh ini cepet dah kita nonton game kedua boom.id dan juga neon. Untuk teman-teman kita bisa saksikan nanti Anggrit.
Here.
I like it. Makes sense.
Pretty good with Lesh as well.
10 seconds remaining.
And I think Sven with the Dark Seer is definitely a bit scary. Not surprised to see him taken out. Nick's already been banned. What's the other big Dark Seer partner? I guess Bounty Hunter also.
Yeah, but they're going to play it with the Sand King this game, so.
Yeah.
I would be thinking... I mean, I wouldn't ban the Jakiro, but I'm probably thinking that Jakiro's likely to come out. I'd be banning Ember, probably, if I was boom.id. I think he had a pretty good Ember there from Mark, and it's a classic combo with the Iron Shell.
Radiant team ban.
There's the Monkey King ban.
Yeah, they're definitely banning Ember, 100%. I would be very surprised if they decided not to.
What do you think Makoto's going to play instead of the Morphling this game?
He plays a really good OD. That I know.
10 seconds remaining.
What else is there? There's Templar Assassin, their 10th pick. So that's always a tempting one to go for.
Remaining.
Storm Spirit's pretty good 10th pick hero sometimes too, if you can get away with the lane. But yeah, so probably TA, Queen, or OD, one of those three.
Okay. TA, Queen, or OD.
Radiant team pick.
Love me some TA. There's the Ember Band. They thought about it for a minute, but they came to their senses and now straight into the pick. The Shadow Demon. All right. Great combo hero with the Leshrac and the Centaur, actually. Easy setups with the Disruption. Big time damage.
It also counters the Jakiro. Well, actually, that's not true. Now the Jakiro actually looks pretty good for a Neon, because if someone tries to be saved by a Disruption...
Whoa.
That's a Treant. All right. I am not a believer in this hero.
What does he do?
I love me some Treant. You know, he's my boy. He's my namesake. Pretty sure my parents named me after Treant Protector.
But he doesn't do very much.
He's very interesting right now. That's the way I would describe him. He's a bit of a rough 5. The walking over trees is definitely unexplored. I've played him a little bit lately, and there's some pretty cool stuff you can do. Like diving tier 1 towers on the safe lane is super easy because you can just run over trees. The only thing now is if you guys haven't played him in a while, the Nature Skies is now dependent on enemies hitting you with damage. It's similar to some of those Broodmother mechanics we've had before where you can't like run over trees if you've been hit by an enemy in the last 3 seconds. So it's tough to play around sometimes, but it also feels really broken if you're in a lane that feels like you can punish with the Treant, like with a second strong hero. So we might see the Darkseer and the Treant playing a bit together here.
Yeah, it is true. With Ion Shell, again, it enables these heroes in ways that you don't normally expect. Now Spectre picked up for boom.id, so that secures some late game action for them. Nice ghosty combo there with the SD Spectre.
Ooh. Ursa, I guess? Ursa feels pretty good. Centaur and Spectre. And you have Darkseer to help him with the kiting issues.
There you go.
Getting Purge sucks, but I mean, that kind of applies to all heroes.
They do have a fair bit of control and stun.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Ursa feels a little scary. Normally with the Darkseer, I like it a lot, but
I think it goes both ways, though, because they also have, like, Burrow Strike and just the Root, and as well as the ulti from the Treant. Like, that's enough time for an Ursa to just straight up kill people.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it can work.
Aside from that, there's still, like, Naga style, if we want to go that way.
She was banned last game. Life Stealer also still there.
I don't like Life Stealer, because I don't think the lane would be very good.
Radiant team back.
No? You don't think you can handle it?
Ooh. The passive killer.
Nice against the Spectre. And
the Centaur.
Of course, Centaur. Very nice against Spectre, though. Definitely makes her mid-game a lot more difficult without Dispersion.
Who do I want here? I kind of like your girl, DP. For the Dire, I think. Just looking at this Viper mid.
Another pushing hero would be pretty good.
You know who's actually really good versus Viper mid, I've learned, is Exord Invoker. He just dumpsters Viper.
Really? I guess
Yeah,
it
he's
kind
got
of makes
too much
sense,
damage.
right? You've got... Yeah, you just beef him.
And you just jungle and stuff. And MDL Macau, that was like... It was really surprising. Because I don't know, in a vacuum, I just always think that Viper is going to do so well versus most heroes, but watching the countless Invokers just destroy Viper really sunk into my brain that is not a matchup that Viper wins.
Okay.
But then, so whenever I see Viper, I think Invoker, and usually it's not that good, but I don't know. Quaspec's Invoker's a little bit better now because of the changes to the base damage, where he got more base damage but lost it on the Exort, so now these like mixed bag Invokers are all fairly strong, and then Centaur and Shadow Demon used to be classic combos with the Invoker Sunstrike. It looks pretty cool, this game, frankly.
Gives you a fair amount of global presence alongside the Spectre, I'll definitely give you that. Ban out a lone Druid now.
We know they're greedy if they want to run Midas and Midas Lifestealer and a Morphling like last game, so
True. Very true.
they ban the Razor. There's also just still their OD that they could play in that more aggressive style where he gets like 2 nulls, drums, and a blink. I think is what I've seen Makoto do before. Yeah, so I think Ursa or Jug still look fine here for Neon. They need a really strong laning
10
carry because they have
seconds
really bad supports. That's the
5
issue.
seconds
Because like right now they're set for a Sand King Treant support duo, and Treant is not a good 5. He does not secure a lane for a really bad laner. All right, it's just the Naga. Okay,
Called it earlier.
that is
lot of
definitely the one
setup.
place. Well,
It's like a lot of setup team fight. You know, like you've got the Naga ult and the Treant ult and then the vacuum,
who
but you don't
finishes it,
have
though?
that like
Yeah,
wombo to the combo.
yeah, you're right. They have the combo, but what? I guess they just really need the Naga to get fat. Because that is the one thing. Like I played Naga recently. Oh my god, this hero is so much fun to play.
5
But
seconds
she
remaining.
is like, she does so much damage now. When you get a couple items with Riptide, you just need someone to hold people in place. So
Okay.
she is going to be the Wombo in that case.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Obviously, they have some damage output, but it is just kind of funny setup. I guess Sand King Ultimate on top of that does make a pretty big difference. Boom ID, final pick.
They could Storm if they want, try and help deal with the Naga Siren. But he's obviously going to be spending a lot of time in the jungle versus the Viper. But it's definitely still playable.
I actually still like this Invoker. Of everything that I can consider.
I'm really into the Invoker for sure.
Whoa.
Now
So,
select your
is that
heroes.
Lesh mid then?
Yeah. Switch it up instead.
All right,
They
Makoto
banned
Lesh.
the Razor last, right? For Neon, yeah. So they were also thinking of just what could do decent versus the Viper. But they'll just go back to the Last Dragon and say, yep, we'll just spam it out. Use the Lightning. And I wonder if this line is in their head from last game, just being like, man, I bet Neon wish they had a line last game.
I'm really seeing
That hero was the one that was missing for sure. I really wish this Treant was a Jakiro.
Switch it up
I'm
instead.
I'm curious as to like I don't see what Treant brings to this lineup that a Jakiro wouldn't have just been straight up better.
We definitely bring some cosmetics, dude. Look at this Treant. This guy is tricked out. He's got a wooden pipe. He's got moss and a lantern coming out of his beard. He's got like moose head antlers. He's got a club for a hand. He's like, you know, Edward Mace hand.
I took Edward Mace hand. I took a dinosaurs course in university. If I had to guess, those are probably Albertosaurus heads.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna go with. Yeah.
Sounds like a little Canadian bias there, but all right.
What? That can't be right.
Are they from
maybe a
Alberta?
little. Yeah, they are. I'll link it for you guys. I'll just put that in the chat now. Oh wait, it's gonna hate me when I put that in. It'll ban me, so I won't.
Cosmetics game. One bad looking bug. All right, gang. Welcome to game number 2. Boom ID Neon. First BO3 of the night. We're going to have a whole nother series coming up after this. Is it Newbie versus Serenity, I believe, is our second series. So a lot of Dota to look forward to. Even if this one ends up going 2-0, which I honestly think it could. This Boom ID draft is pretty scary. Good team fight, good setup, a lot of control. Great late game with this Spectre. Certainly options for Neon.
Wait, what? They reworked Nature's Guys? I didn't even know.
So let's take a look here. What does Nature's Guys do, Trent? Turns Treant invisible after 0.6 seconds cast time when he is close to trees. Increased movement speed when invisible.
Oh, that's great.
30 seconds
Causes-
Well, no
left.
wonder he's being picked now.
Disarming root when attacked out of invisibility.
God, they really reworked it. Man, this is what happens when you start casting and you only get the N. You miss a couple of the good heroes.
I was just like, I don't remember that.
Well, that's what it was like, because I was just playing Treant like last week, right before the patch, and it was pretty hard, man. I have to admit, like the Nature's Guides in the laning phase was much worse than it used to be, because I spammed a bit of Treant for a while before they changed it for the damage-based version, and it was really hard to play with. Unless you like had a super dominating lane, so it's interesting they've now changed it back to this style.
Well, we'll see how it works. So you like the Treant better? Is that the consensus?
Well, I'll have to check. I don't know. It was pretty bad before, so I have a hard time believing it was worse.
Shadow Demon putting a lot of pressure onto Rappy here. Looking for a third. Can't get it. Well, now he does. This might actually be a kill. Is it enough damage? No. Needed one more. Oh, what a heartbreaker for Kez Cute. He even ate a mango to try to do that.
My initial reaction looking at it is that it looks kind of bad mana-wise. 60 mana at level 4 is going to be really hard for Treant to keep up with. It makes me think that you can't max it.
I was just thinking that. Maybe it's not a max spell. Is that like a 2-point wonder? I mean, what's the consensus on Living Armor these days? I know the level 1 is not great.
Living Armor is really good. The problem was that the other spells were just kind of better. Okay, you can still walk over trees. Good. I was just about to ask that question because there was no... It just said reworked, but didn't say anything about walking over trees, but he's still walking over trees, so we're good.
Yep. Yeah, Spectre will be fine. So how did the lanes look here? We've got 3 Dire Heroes down bottom, still 2 Radiant up top, so Yoakum gets a pull through. He's going to be hanging out up here on the Lion. They're going to try to deal with this Naga, and that'll make it a 3v2 down in the bottom lane. Rappy very low.
Dude, the no fade time is really nice. I have to say, he just instantly becomes invisible after the 0.6 seconds. I'm just going to watch Treant this whole game, guys, just so you know. See if my boy's back now.
Grabbed lead speed at level 2. They're on the run.
Oh, that was nice.
Yep, RR connects.
Oh, the
there you
Centaur.
Go. Hero neutral creep. No first blood.
Invisibility.
Okay. That works out okay for this Spectre. Rams is just farming down bottom. Mid lane. Oh, wow. Mark was baiting that. Makoto thought he had it, but Sand King just came around the backside. First blood drawn after all.
So they have 2 sentries on Kez down here. Is that enough to deal with this Treant? I mean, this Treant seems really good, obviously, with Iron Shell. There's no doubt about that. I think Kez just dead.
Especially with the Sand King here. Mango still available. Pops it. There you go. Burrow strike in.
And he laid down one of his sentries, too. So Fly Solo still has 1 to work with. All right, I'm going to briefly check out the other lanes for once in my life. Naga's doing all right, 10-2, but FBZ doing much better, 19-3. Kind of expecting a 1v1 for the Naga, but at the same time, you've got a Naga and a 1v1, so you're kind of happy with the situation. It's only going to get worse for the Centaur as the Riptide stacks up.
I mean, the Lion
Lesh
was
is
up
doing
there.
great. Oh, yeah,
He
true,
just
before you
rotated.
TP. Yeah. And, yeah, mid's going to be pretty bland, I'm sure.
Yeah, good start for the Viper with that rotation from the Sand King. Kind of like techies. It's like stay away from the trees. Rappy on his way in, trying to cut the wave here. This is a chaotic bottom lane. 6 heroes between the tier 1 and the tier 2 of the Radiant. Rappy on the run. Now RR, he's going to be okay. Sentry Ward is down, though it's a little bit far off. Now Fly Solo just running through the trees, still in vision of the Sentry, just barely walks out of it, gets a Sentry of his own down. Finds this little safe spot. Nice stun from the Lion, does catch RR. Can they actually kill the Sand King, though? He's got a Burrow Strike, makes it into the trees, but no, Yoakum still has the auto attack.
Oh, Fly Solo, he's dead.
Oh, Kezcute catches him as well. Okay, so Neon, they get punished for that pretty hard. End up with 2 in the grave.
Dude, look at these sentries, too. Way in behind, but they do secure the kill.
Up top, FBZ and Naga going blow for blow. Looks like the Centaur will be fine.
Radiant are scanning.
Bounty time. Looks like it will go even. 2 apiece.
So, to continue with my Treant talk, because that's all we're going to do this game now. He's got the... This was kind of the old build anyway, where you'd, like, go for the 2 points in the leech seed. Got because there's a nice second value point. You double the damage, you get a little bit more slow, cooldown comes down, mana's only 10. It's just a nice second point. The only problem with it is, though, is there's a lot of pressure on you to kill. And he's trying top as Observer Sunsman, of course, checking out that Viper kill in the mid lane. I'm sure he was on it for you guys with the setup from the Shadow Demon. Thank you, Producer Sunsfan.
Big rotation from boom.id, both supports. Now up top onto the Naga. Guitar clearing up some neutrals.
Yoko might be dead. If they take net, he's just dead. But she's holding that point. They don't even need it. Not even close.
Man. Treant's just a sleeper in the trees. He's got level 2 Leech Seed.
What about our Spectre, though? I mean, she's 34 and, well, now 35 and 12. Went for the Soul Ring build. This has become the new standard for the hero. You just want that quick amount of mana, spam some waves down. Oh, rotation mid lane, and the help from the Treant.
Big pressure onto Mark. The Spectre's here. She's going to haunt in. Mark trying to lifesteal, but not going to be enough. Treant also going to fall. RR on his way in, but might only get the kill onto Yokum, and it looks like it. It's still a 2-for-1. And they get that high-prized Viper that they came for. Double damage.
He's still under Sentry.
Makes this a bit easier, and you're right. They've got one down. They just need 2 more. No, Makoto finds it. Big stuff for the Lesh. Huge punish.
That DD still going, helping to make sure he gets that kill.
Yeah, I think it would have been 2 auto attacks if it wasn't for that double damage, so pretty nice.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think Spectre can't be too upset with this. I mean, last hitting under the tower has to deal with this annoying Darkseer.
Got the haunt kill, too, onto the enemy mid.
Yeah, all things considered, this isn't too bad.
Well, now Luke
Punish the Darkseer. Oh, they biffed the stun. That Split Earth would have made this an easy kill. They might still be able to get it. Sidesteps the next Shadow Poison, and Rappy will live. That's a heartbreaker.
So I assume... Oh, man, this is tough. I assume that you go for the next point in the Living Armor and you start 0-2-2, because he needs to start saving this mid tower. He just gets stuck standing in the river for this bounty, or this rune, rather, and just dies, though.
Yep.
That was free.
A little bit of a beat, it felt like. But yeah, I kind of agree. You start feeling like extra points in Leech Seed of diminishing returns. I would be pretty tempted to start leveling up Living Armor. Big TP reaction, though, coming out of Neon. One of them gets canceled after Lion throws the stun.
The only problem is that it's innately a bad game for Living Armor because, like, on towers, but because it's against a Leshrac. Like, this guy he takes the towers in one go anyway. You know, like, they picked this Treant into Leshrac, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, I see
the Leshrac was first phase.
It's definitely
like, it doesn't matter that he spent 4 times healing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
And then that doesn't just apply to towers, though. It's also going to apply during the team fights because the instances just go down so fast. But
Vector in the bottom lane, they do get a big kill there. Danking Darkseer, the dubious duo. Centaur Naga are both trading farm up top, but it's obviously good for the Naga, but it's really not bad for the Centaur either. He's got a nice early Vanguard. Gonna be looking for a Hooded Defiance in the Blink. You can definitely do a lot as you transition out of the laning phase with an overfarmed Centaur like this.
I guess what are his goals now? He's got a Spectre that wants to farm. He's got a Leshrac that wants to push tower. So I guess they just want to group up and start pushing. Leshrac's trying to use this vision for the kill on Mark, but Treant is here as well.
Good Lesh. He might be able to find this, but no. God, he's so beefy right now. Now Sand King's going to make it over. Connects with the Burrow Strike, and they will punish this. It was a pretty optimistic play from the Lesh. I guess if he hit that Split Earth, he could have killed the Viper, but...
Dude, dewarding is just the best when you get them now for first supports, because Fly Soul can now afford triangles because this Scottlicious uses the song for a bounty rune. Now that's a carry play right there.
Yeah, there you go. Whoop. On from the Spectre. It's down bottom. They want the Darkseer.
Radiant's top tower.
Rappy on the run. Gets off the Surge. It's going to be close. He lives.
Good.
Wow. Lion not quite... All 6.
Oh, give him the tip.
Dude, he tipped him right back. He Lotus Orbed that thing.
I'm like rubber. You're like glue.
Darkseer
Alright.
closing in on the Hood of Defiance. Or, pardon me, Helm of the Dominator.
Yo, where's Fly Solo? Oh, they're making Fly Solo buy all the wards on the Treant. I mean, I know he's like true 5 and everything, but that's painful on this hero.
Yeah.
You just want the, like, all you really want is Tranquil's Windlace, and then you can buy all the wards. But if you finish your Tranquils and get an additional Windlace, you can move over the majority of the map without breaking your invis, even with just the 20% movement speed increase.
Your one up top does go down. boom.id. Find an objective there. They might just keep on.
They've got level 6 on RR once he pops this tome, so there is kill potential here. Unfortunately, he already used his Sandstorm and he got forced out, so now they've just instantly lost the tower just over one little posturing error. Dire Vision also scouting the fact that Ramses is coming in behind the tower, so Mark looking to zone him back.
And they just
But they're going to lose
so
that tier
fast.
2. Yeah, and Living Armor just, again, it does nothing. And if Treant can't save your towers, this pick gets a lot worse.
Yep.
Oh,
like
hey, there's a
Leshen
Treant
DK.
buff. This whole area is a little bit better now, too. In between tier 1 and tier 2.
Yeah, I always think of Leshen DK as like the Treant counters, or your Living Armor just doesn't really stop the siege. Just gets cut through immediately. He is level 6 now at least, so Overgrowth is there. Looks some potential in the mid lane. Lion invisible.
I don't know. Alright. Obviously things look very good for the Radiant right now.
Onto the Naga. Does not have ulti for another couple seconds. And not even going to get the chance. Nice setup. Big kill for Boom.
They were trying to set something with a Naga too. Like she was playing forward like that because they were smoking to her.
Good song about to come up. That was like the perfect time to secure that kill.
And now they still feel forced to go for it.
Yeah, and they're going to bump into the Lion. Yokum might just go down here. Viper Strike comes out.
They need more though.
Boom, need to decide how they want to handle this. Spectre is not here, just now got the ultimate, so she could haunt in. It's kind of an awkward fight. Leshrac going down quickly. Shadow Demon. Not going to make a difference. Still ends up okay for Neon.
No, yeah. They get the Atos onto Kescute as well. That's going to be a third kill. I mean, this was all after Naga had died. So, there you go. A lot of that thanks to the ulti from the Treant, honestly. Fly Solo just buying some time for his allies to get there.
Now, right now, Ram's pulling a lot of gold. He's got the Yasha queued up, but I'd kind of like to see him just go for the Radiance at this point. The next couple of minutes will be pretty telling, but
it's a tough call. I mean, you go for Radiance and you're going to give that to the Darkseer every time with the wall, but at the same time, you go for Diffusal and you still have the same issues. Looks like he's just buying out the Yasha. He still has Radiance on the mind, though.
Now that's weird. Manta, Diffusal, and then Radiant.
Might just be a another, quick buy issue.
Very true. Very true. The Yasha is also a good farming tool, but I don't know. To me, there's very little doubt that Radiance is good when you can get it early. It's just risky to try to commit to that, not knowing how aggressive or how much pressure they're going to put on. But yeah, if you can get it.
Yeah, I think like Yasha Radiance is definitely still possible here because he got it really early. It's only 14.5 minutes in. Like we're just about to push for 15-minute bounty runes.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. A little bit of pressure down in the bottom lane. Shadow Demon on the run, and on the other side, Lesh going to be stuck in the trees again. I think Makoto is going to be done for here. Surrounded by enemies and brought down again. The Lesh takes a tumble.
Mid lane, looks like Mark also just going to get straight up haunted on. Lion, doesn't have finger for 12 seconds. Guys, kite him. Not going to hold him for the finger.
But guys, please, want the damage?
Team?
No?
Team, please.
He's still got the kill, so he can't be too upset.
That's fair.
All right, well, both mid laners take a tumble. Still a pretty even spread. Less than 1,000 net worth lead for Neon. Naga going for a Manta first item. She's just got a Yasha, so pretty much on par with the Spectre right now. Very comparable inventories.
Radiant's middle
Damn,
tower
Yokum
is
is
under
what?
attack.
2 for 2.
Yokum has a Aether Lens, I think, finished? Yeah, almost done. He just needs this wave and maybe a little bit of the next one, and he'll have it. And he's also just about to be level 10, too, so this line is going to have a lot of room to work with. Treant scouting ahead here. Double checks with a sentry to make sure he's not in vision, and this half HP Shadow Demon in trouble.
Kez cute on the run and might actually live. They're not going to pursue. Afraid of what could be lurking in the trees. Very aggressive posture here from Neon.
One of the problems is they have double no GPM supports. GPM doesn't kick in to level 15 for the Lion. He's also currently dead. And I don't know, at least I feel when I'm playing against Treant or any of these heroes, I just need a GPM support, or it's impossible to keep up with sentry. Like, look, he only has 200 gold, and he just spent a sentry to place it here. What does the sentry even do? Sentry doesn't do anything. Like, it sees a Treant while they just take your tower.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, I hear ya. At this point, what's the line? Level 9? Just about to be level 10. So, yeah, you're pretty far off.
And look, he's still
Still 2 gonna get caught. Now Shadow Demon is just dead anyway. Very peculiar set of plays down here in the bottom lane.
To be fair, Makoto did take mid at the same time. So, there is an argument of space made there. Because they've lost these 2 towers, but they're still holding 4 in the other 2 lanes, whereas they've lost all of them on the side of Neon.
Yep.
But mind you, this Naga is getting to problem mode.
Yeah, Lesh working on some Guardian Greaves. Spectre is just going for the Manta. And speaking of the Spectre, that's going to be a dead Ghosty. Rams just goes down in the mid.
Just waltzing through his mid lane at half HP. 3 heroes suddenly there. And now they're going to take this tower and quickly start catching up in the battle of objectives here for Neon. Manta finished for Naga. Oh gosh, she does so much damage right now, man.
boom.id falling apart a little bit. Need to tighten up. Still aggressive posturing from Neon, clearing out this enemy jungle. Their Treant just hanging, ready and waiting. He is one with the trees, Trent.
Yeah, I'm a little tilted by not having the extra wind lace. I'm not gonna lie. I know Winter will be with me on this one. That is the item when you play Treant.
Gotta go fast, man.
All right, what do they got for vision? They got 1 sentry. Oh, there's smoke instantly pops. They dust
immediately. They dust him. They know. Stampede gets used. Still, Kezcute goes down first. The Lesh falls very quickly. Does get off the Yules, but now on the run. Will not be able to make it out, I don't think. No, definitely not. Now on the other side, RR will get fingered by Yokum. Centaur able to run away. Ends up a 1 for 2, so I guess could be worse. But Neon, got to be happy with that.
Yeah, as long as they can just keep the lanes pushed and get objectives while this is happening, that's all fine. And one of the problems with playing against Treant is you just saw there, even though they dusted him, he just sat on the tree and they still couldn't actually see him.
Right.
Like, there's smoke pops, they pop dust, but if you watch their vision, they still don't know where the Treant actually is. And so he just lingers on top of the trees for a bit.
Yeah.
They have the urn on the Sand King, right? I think the Treant went Medallion, did he? Yeah. He needed some sort of a mana item, so Medallion's a good choice. He gets dusted again here. This time, he should be dead.
Out of mana. They've drained him down. They've got the crowd control.
Oh, but wait, Rappy.
Teammates coming, though. Still 2 Shadow Poisons Spectre pops the haunt. Oh
too
my
fast.
God, Fly Solo's gonna live.
And then he even heals his Viper. Wow. What a team player.
Seriously.
Nice surge, though. I mean, they're lucky they just didn't get, like, 4-man vacuum walled, honestly. But they didn't have the vision really seeing everything else. Oh, you're pretty good vision.
Oh, wow.
He
They
did.
caught him. Spectre gets disrupted. Now on the run. More TPs coming. Starting to get a little nervous for boom.id here.
Yeah, they're not addressing the Naga at all. They're still just getting worked. And she almost has defusal. FPZ has taken a very aggressive position here, maybe trying to start a fight. So, okay, this looks like a good setup for them.
He does have Stampede, stun from the Lion. Fly Solo charging in, misses the Burrow Strike.
He's going to get here, though. This fight's kicking off, and he's still on the tree line.
There's no Naga Siren. Now the vacuum in. Stampede comes out, wall off to the side. They will kill the Treant Protector. It looks okay for boom.id, but can they get more out of this? Naga is going high ground, starting to chip at tier 3, so they need to get decisive. They lose Kezcute on the back end. Now Neon just trying to retreat. They need somebody to go home and deal with this. They will catch another one. It's the Darkseer, also the Viper left behind. Big damage coming out. Rappy down. Mark could also fall. Minimal damage on that tier 3. Definitely a smart buyback from the Shadow Demon. And boom.id take a pretty good fight. Remember, that was basically 4v5. No Naga Siren there. 1,300 net worth swing.
Yeah, they got at least one of the kills onto the Spectre as well. And I think the Lesh got the last one too. So, Guardian Greaves, Yules. He is certainly going to be a little bit more survivable in these engagements. Question is, now what do you do with this Radiant lineup? Because, like, sure, you fended them off. You did okay in that last team fight, but you're still feeling like you're a little bit behind. You have to try and find some objective to go for here. And your Leshrax is getting soloed by Naga. She still has Manta when she comes down. Oh, what a god.
Find that broken. There we go. Got Alicious. TP out. No BKB. See you later.
Oh, it's not enough. Oh, he went the 100 cast range, man. I don't know. He might have been able to get her. I'm not sure what the full range of line is right now with this. It shows that distance. I don't think he outranges. No, he doesn't outrange Song.
It'd have to be 1,200.
Yeah, it's not quite.
All right, things continuing to even out. Naga Siren, what do we got up next? Diffusal's there. Heart of Tarask is coming. Another smoke play. Dan King in the front lines. Dire and Radiant scans, both off the mark. Both teams smoked up now.
Okay, they can hit 1050 when you have the 100 cast range, and then he also has Aether. So he can actually hit her, theoretically. Funny enough.
If he edges it perfectly.
Yeah, but he won't be able to once it's level 18.
All right, this is risky. boom.id in the pit. Back wall on 3. Both still pretty healthy. Centaur pops the Stampede. Pretty even fight so far. Dire is sustaining, but now this Darkseer gets low. Lion drops the finger, and they don't find the kill. It's now the Leshrac that's in trouble. Completely surrounded by Dire as the Radiant have to back out. And Neon take the fight. Now they move into the Roach Pit, and they've got no way to deal with this. Centaur was maybe thinking about a blink play, but they're going to catch him. And now he's going to fall. It looks like a 3-on-1 on the other side. What's the rest of Boom doing?
Well,
a lot of indecision, and Yoakum, he'll be left alone. Oh boy, what a disaster. High risk play there from the Radiant.
Yes, indeedy. Feeling the pressure, and I mean, they know that Neon's coming for that Roach because they have the medallion. So they head to the pit, and well, Neon obviously have an amazing team around the pit. Even while Song, I think it was on CD for that, right? Yeah, because of the TP. So that's probably what pressured them into it, was that Naga TP out bottom. But yeah, now of course Song's back. She's heading towards a heart. She has an Aegis. How do you kill her twice? Like before, there was a chance with Finger, I think, but now it's gonna be very difficult to do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I think their head's in the right place. Fight around cooldowns. Try to take the advantage while they can, but man, that was a tall order.
this Centaur dead? Can Treant do this with the Naga?
Does have a little bit of help, so I think he'll be okay. More heroes on the way. Spectre TP's in, trying to finish off this Naga, but there's the Song of the Siren. Remember, she is an Aegis carrier. Fly solo on his way back in. No overgrowth. There's your Aegis.
They might get her again. Allies are coming, but they're a bit far.
Vacuum, wall, Viper strike. They're putting a lot of damage onto this Naga, but can they finish her off? They have to find this kill to make this whole thing worth it. Scottalicious sustaining as they kill FBZ. They'll bring down the Shadow Demon. And boom.id gonna spread in opposite directions, just try to live. Lesh with 5 seconds on the TP still, and chased down by illusions. Looks like he will be okay, but man, Fly Solo is fast on that tree line.
Man, she took so much damage right at the start there. What absolutely gutted her HP? Oh, the Soul Catcher. Yeah, that's right. That would be it. The 40% health loss, but they couldn't burst her down during it. Well, they got the Aegis. They didn't end up, at least it wasn't a high ground push, right? They managed to find an outside away from objectives. So there's some positives there, but obviously not getting a secondary kill on Scottalicious just means he's going to have a heart, which is essentially going to be another Aegis for those guys. They lose Yoakum in the tree line, trying to de-ward the Dire Vision.
Continuing to shed kills here. Naga now pulling away from the pack. Getting very close to the heart. Reaver is up, just one piece away.
I think Neon just got... I mean, now they have the broken carry. I'm a firm believer that Naga and Morph are both completely busted. I think if I'm playing carry this patch, those are the only two heroes I'm pretty much picking. And I think this is just... We're trading games based on those heroes, essentially. I think both times the enemy team just did not have the answers for it.
Kind of what it feels like. Definitely seeing some parallels from that last game. Now with the heart, 3,200 HP. How are they going to cut through this? I mean, I thought Lion was the answer with the burst damage, but I mean, he's bursting for like 900 right now. That's not going to be enough. High ground defense here for Boom.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Bottom lane, Lane going to be caught out again. Yoakum. They might even find another.
By Mark
That's
there.
cute. Oh my, they're just going to walk up to the high ground. boom.id are falling apart here, man.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think this one might just be finito. They really need these supports. I mean, they're definitely losing a lane of Rax. I wouldn't even bother coming back from like
Radiant's
that.
bottom barracks is under attack.
Yep. Well, he's not going to take heed to that. He's coming.
He does have to be here for when the supports respawn. That is true.
Radiant's bottom barracks has
Certainly not saving this bottom lane. We'll see if Neon want to keep on the pressure.
I'm surprised RR's not just jumping in there, honestly. Like, with 15 seconds left on the supports and still having Song, I'd probably just be diving. Like, what's their punish? What are they going to do? Yule's up here Sand King and stun him, and then you just Atos by Viper and die? I don't know. They're just playing it cautiously, though. Obviously, that's all very easy to say from my perspective.
Yeah, remember, it is single elim, and if they manage to throw this and lose game 2,
That's a great point.
it's over. boom.id just move on. So I definitely understand why they're playing this cautiously. 12k, 13k, it's a good lead. They should have this win in the bag, but not unthrowable. Vector is still scary.
They also have, you know, the Train Protector is one of the worst supports going high ground. Until you have the Blink Dagger, it can be very difficult to actually have an impact on the high ground siege. Thankfully, they have the Darkseer, which definitely makes it a lot better. They can either just surge the Treant in, or they can also vacuum to create good opportunities for the Train Protector, but that's one of those things you guys will find if you start spamming the heroes. Just like, you get the high ground and you're like, well, if I buy a Meteor Hammer, I'm useful, but that's about it. Naga looking for evasion next.
Not sure what the answer is to that.
I don't know if the answer is the current Naga. Dude, just got 3,200 HP. They can't kill her.
Spectre's got 2,000 for comparison there. And they're both level 19.
Yeah, just a few more bits of gold on that there Naga Siren. Yeah, 2-second tree respawn time, baby. Get him, Fly Solo.
2-second tree respawn. Growing trees, planting seeds, man.
I had a value game of this recently where Fog was playing the Monkey King and I was the treant. It was beautiful. They couldn't stop us in our tree hopping. I'm surprised he went for it this game. I don't know if it's really necessary. They don't have like anyone that kills trees. I mean, they have been making an active effort to quelling blades, so... And at the same time, the other part where it's super useful is high ground. Because they always just kill these trees that are near the edges. So that's probably why he went for it here. Plus, 90 damage is kind of useless on this hero. Yeah. It sounds good because you're like, what's 90 damage? And then you're like, yeah, but you already hit for like 160, and it's not, you're not buying attack speed items on Treant.
Yeah, I think you have this like weird illusion. You see the Lion type talent, level 10 plus 90. That's a double damage rune for a hero like Lion. As you said, Treant, he doesn't care that much. Plus level 15. We're 30 minutes in, dude. 90 damage isn't that much anymore. Centaur, bottom lane. Might actually sustain through this. That Lesh is returning a lot of damage. RR is just dead. Vacuum wall comes out, but they disengage. This is a good hold for boom.id.
Nice song. I guess worried about the haunt, maybe?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Man, great work by the Soul Catcher there, though. I mean, that did the vast majority of the work in that fight. You look at the Chow Demon, it only says 27 damage. Not quite accurate, right? That massive HP loss for the Sand King is what helped them burst him down. That's too bad. I guess it makes sense that you can't really show up because they theoretically get the HP back after, but that's kind of funny that the Chow Demon looks so useless.
Yeah, right.
I wonder if that means he probably doesn't get the hero damage on the scoreboard either. I probably flamed a few Shadow Demons now. I feel bad. That's not true. I would have been flamed. I would be the Shadow Demon. I tried to do my jungle. It didn't go that well.
I don't see Shadow Demon in my games. That's my... Can't remember the last time I played with a Shadow Demon to even flame. Now FBZ in the mid lane in some trouble, trying to run his way out, but in comes Fly Solo with the Root, and this Centaur will go down this time. Was the great bait before, and now the big boy will fall.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Let's see
almost gets the net onto Yokum.
Radiant's middle
Can they do it
tower
again? Can they make the hold? Centaur does have a buyback. Might want to use it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
A full 40 seconds. Spectre has the haunt, not yet coming back. Yeah, they really do suck at sieging high ground.
Yeah.
You weren't kidding, man. That was 3v5. And they
they could also just song and walk in. They could surge song and probably just win this game.
Yeah, it's not a bad call.
They just want to keep it because they don't, again, as you said, they don't want to throw it. And if they play it patiently, they're still going to win.
Yeah, at least they should. Buyback from the Lion. Centaur saved his. Now they will use the song, but it's defensively. Spectre is TP'd back. So there's the haunt from Spec. They're going to jump out and go for this. Now that the song's down. RR is the one that took the finger, but actually survives through it. They need some damage here. Naga getting brought down pretty low, but she's sustaining, man. They just don't have the follow-up. Now Spectre gets turned on, and with the break, she's not really that tanky. Does buy back, but won't have a haunt to get back into the fray. Now FBZ going to get brought down as he tries to run around the trees. Neon should have this.
Yeah, they have another kill here down bottom, I think, as the real Naga finds the left rack.
Uh-oh, Makoto now netted up, finished off by Scottalicious. Yeah, delicious. Nutritious and delicious. big time economic damage. The Spectre, no more buyback. Both heroes in the grave can get into the game with their buybacks. There's Centaurs. Your 3 falls.
I mean, they can easily just go into Aegis Chief if they want. The song's back up in 4 seconds. I think that's what they're just going to do. They think it's so quick with the Solar Crest. I wonder what's more effective, minusing the armor on the Roche or giving it to your Naga. Because she's going to minus the armor anyway by 8. And I feel like the attack speed's actually better, but I'm not sure.
That's too much math for me at this hour, Trent.
I agree.
Trent's going to keep it simple. He's just going to put the buff on Roche.
That's what I would do, the mathless version. Yeah, I think she hits pretty hard anyway and pretty fast.
Very true.
Look at that, look at that. There's a torrent in there, dude.
Aegis Cheese, secured by the Dire. Neon playing her safe, but looking very likely for a game 3.
What a Naga player, dude. He has $5 grand and he just walks by the shop and just sells his Wraith Band. Even though theoretically, if he were to drop his Aegis and use his cheats, he could use that Wraith Band. But he's like, I gotta start saving. I need this Scotty. Give me the gold.
Dude, it's his namesake. I mean, cut the guy some slack.
That's true. It's like his signature maneuver. You know, this guy's playing some Huskar, winning the game, just buys a Scotty. Doesn't care.
He needs some scatty.
Look how fast she attacks with that Solar Crest.
Well, now she's going to be initiated on. She's taken a little bit of damage, but gets the living armor. Back wall on 3. The Radiant are evaporating. Good night, boys. 2 down, and the blink of an eye as now Leshrac gets caught by the disruption. That's going to be friendly to buy him some time, but it's not going to make a lick of difference.
Fate, break my frames, Dota 2. Thank you kindly. We got a game 3.
Game 3, baby.
That was fun. That was a pretty good game. The Treants, I will say, better than having a Jakiro. They let them play very aggressively. He did a great job scouting. They played in that bottom Radiant jungle for the first, 15-20 minutes. It felt like the vast majority of their attention was down there, and then because they cleared out those towers so early, even though we were saying how boom.id actually had the same amount cleared in 2 lanes, what ended up happening is that the Naga just took that entire bottom to herself, and then boom.id never
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Hello, Jerry. Welcome back. Tug of War Dire Edition. That's the Asian edition. That's right. The overnight crew. Zyori, Trent, and Sunsfan here.
Hi.
You can't hear Sunsfan, but he is here in spirit. Trent Mars has not been banned here in Game 3 of Boom ID versus Neon. Boom actually have first phased the Treant after getting whomped last game by the reincarnate of the Whomping Willow. So no Naga, no Morphling. Game 3 is going to be a good one.
Yeah, I had to turn on the lights here. As you said, it's, nighttime. I keep shutting off the lights and then forgetting before the camera comes on. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
I'm back now, though.
Hey, my
face.
boy, Chen.
I don't know about this guy. I'm a little torn on the hero. He had a massive spike in win rate in pubs. He's above 50% for what feels like the first time in forever.
Yeah.
But I saw he had a couple games at Birmingham. Seems to be a fairly strong hero in doing his old classic.
Are you telling me this isn't the first professional game of Chen on patch 7.22?
No, I hate to break it to you. He has had some games. Oh, I'm not sure how many, though. I'm kind of curious. Why don't I just take a look here in terms of... Sunspan said he's seen 2 or 3. They've got destroyed every time. Well, according to my research here, this week he was picked 10 times. Looks like he was actually the second most picked hero at Birmingham, and he went 8-10. Or sorry, 8-2. So
wow,
pretty good. 80% win rate.
Pretty good. All right, are they pairing him with other healing heroes with the buff that he's got? Are you putting him with a Bedazzler?
Oh wait, hold on.
Or a Necrophos?
Can't be right.
5 seconds remaining.
Is it lying to me? Oh no, that seems to be true. Yeah. No, most of the games it seems he was used with a various amount of heroes. I saw Liquid, they lost, I believe, with the PA. I think they lost that game. They did indeed. But so they were one of the 2 losses. TNC was the other loss with a Terror Blade. But most of the victories, I see a lot of Leshrac. Lots of early pushing here. I see some lone druids. So quite a bit of focus on some early game pressure.
All right. I am excited. Label me pumped to see what the Chen can do. I want to see a Mars bar, though. I want to see the big bad Mars make an appearance. I want to see it in Game 3 with elimination on the line. Let's see one of these teams step up to the plate. Drop some arenas.
I think Neon's about to ban it, unfortunately. I hate to break it to you. Because Mars Caudal Sand King sounds super busted.
It does sound pretty good. Will-O-Wisp inside of the arena.
Yeah, and then you also have the dual lane of support Sand King just stuns, and then that sets up for an easy spear. Yeah. So I doubt they'll get to pick that up here in this next phase. Oh my goodness, golly gee, mercy me, Neon didn't ban it.
Whoa.
Please, Boom, tell me your Mars players.
They banned out the Sven. I want to know what Sunsfan thinks about Sven. Or, not Sven, Mars. Oh, they take the troll instead.
Oh, I hate this hero.
Yeah.
I heard BSJ say he hates Troll too, and that made me happy inside. And he thinks he's a bad hero. I agree. I also don't really think Troll's a very good hero. I find he is very overrated.
he has his moments.
He has good kill potential in lane. I think that's nice. But his item builds, they just feel so bad to me. Like, you feel forced into this Battle Fury.
5 seconds
I like it when
remaining.
they don't build Battle Fury, but everyone feels like they have to build it every game. So that's why I hate Troll.
How about can we get an S and Y? You know, can we get like
I prefer a little bit of the earlier focus.
I mean,
Doesn't
what's your
seem to be the way to
dream
go.
troll build? Like phase, S and Y,
I don't know. I guess I'm just not a carry player, so I can't read. That's what I would say is like some
And
phase
then
boots,
what?
some drums, some S and Y, some gameplay. You know, killing
Okay.
folks. Maybe a blink dagger somewhere in there with your BKB. But
ooh,
obviously
all right. So
the,
S and Y, Blink, BKB. Now that sounds like a build I could get behind.
Radiant team
I'm not a
pick.
carry player, so I can't be the judge. They all feel the
right.
need for the Battle Fury.
A barrel of laughs for you here, Trent, the Brewmaster. He is ready to go. Nice off-lane brawler. 3, your 4, and your 5.
So they have two supports that, like, Rubik has okay team fight as long as he gets good steal. So he's like 50% dependent team fight. But Brewmaster is probably the most team fight you can get in a single hero these days. So whenever you're lacking some team fight, he always seems to be like a good go-to. I still really like
Dire
Mars here.
team pick.
And he'll be a Rasta, though, so that's going to make
Snake.
us a core Sand King instead of the support this time.
Okay. So looking for a mid laner with their last choice. Probably not going to be the Mars, unfortunately. What does Neon want here? Looking for their carry or their mid.
Probably a
10
mid that
seconds
does all
remaining.
right versus Troll in case they want to send a Troll mid. Although that's not something we see very often anymore.
5 seconds remaining.
In fact, I can't even remember last time I saw a Troll mid. But typically that's what the thought process is you just want to make sure they can't get away with a Troll mid.
Team back.
I mean, you're okay, Razor.
There
I was
you
gonna
go.
There's only a handful of heroes that feel like they can work in the vacuum. Your Razor, your TA, your Lena. I guess OD also kind of fits the bill.
I wonder what they're considering.
10 seconds
Maybe they're
remaining.
thinking about the PA, do it kind of liquid style. This would be a very liquid draft if they
5
went
seconds
PA
remaining.
last. Or sorry, PA last. Put the Razor mid, put the PA in the safe lane with the Chen. Try and go for that like mid game burst. There's still the Juggernaut, I think, is probably going to be the ban from boom.id. That would fit pretty well.
Yeah, Jug would be real scary. Healing Ward would be perfect with this.
Dire team
Yeah, gives him
back.
some nice early game push, kills the Coddle, Will-O-Wisp, and yeah, not surprised to see that ban.
I like that ban.
So then you
really
go,
like PA
okay,
that
well,
much.
if we can't get Jug, what if we took Lifestealer? But then, I don't know, Lifestealer's sort of all right here.
You really like PA that much, though? You think she's good without like a Magnus or a Darkseer or somebody to give her a buff?
My problem with the PA, I think she is generally okay, just because like
10
Divine Favor is pretty good, but unfortunately, the fact that it's the AoE now makes it a bit
5
worse. And
seconds
then
remaining.
she still needs a BKB to fight this game because of the Coddle, the Sand King, Shadow Shaman, and she also wants a Dispel because of the Coddle Blast. So I don't think she's pickable right here. They're probably gonna pick Lifestealer. They need someone that builds either Manta or has a way to dispel blind because of the Troll and the Keeper.
And Neon really thinking about this final ban. I would maybe ban Storm Spirit.
They could try Ursa for Neon. Ursa's all right. But, nah, you kind of need a BKB this game if you're playing. Versus the Shadow Shaman, the Sand King, Coddle. Man, you really need a BKB this game, whoever they pick.
Shadow Shaman.
Dire team pick.
Ban out the Quap. The classic lane counter against the Razor.
Is it ever?
Certainly
It's
a
the
fair
go-to.
choice. Oh, still have a good 50 seconds here to consider their options.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm pretty stuck on the Lifestealer. BKB's just too good this game.
5 seconds
AKA
remaining.
Rage in this case. I'm just not sure what else could do the same stuff here.
Radiant team pick.
We're
Feels
gonna
really
find
good to
out
find
it's
something
the
else.
Wraith
Oh.
King.
So Wraith King came to mind, but then I look at this and I think I don't see any good kill hero with the stun in lane. I don't see, he does not build Dispel at all. So he's just going to go Midas Radiance, just like a Lifestealer is anyway. So then my thought process is, well, why don't I just pick a Lifestealer?
Yeah.
I feel like they already have tower push with the Chen and the Brewmaster, and the Razor's kind of decent.
5 seconds remaining.
I guess I don't get it.
I don't love it. They'll
Choose
take
your
Lina with their last choice for Boom ID. I think the Wraith King does give them some nice pushing power. Alongside the Chen and the Brewmaster, this could really pop off fast. And maybe they're looking to pressure this Troll if he ends up going for like the Battle Fury type build. They can really go the pedal to the metal. So that's one great thing about Wraith King. Carry that has pushing power. That's about the only merit I can think of. I guess also kind of okay against Troll in theory. The ults, you come back to life. You know, same classic kind of Wraith King counters, powerful ulties.
Oh, what? Fervian's back. What happened there?
I don't know.
I
Maybe
guess
he was
this
at
guy was just
school.
standing in, Mr. Ramses. Standing in for just 2 games, rather. I assumed he'd just be there kind of the
Yeah.
whole series, but he's out of there.
I don't know. I guess
Fervian
maybe
couldn't make the
Fervian was
first 2 games, and now he's here. Well, we love Fervian.
stuck in
Fervian's
traffic.
good.
All right, well, Boom ID are definitely going to win now. They've got Fervian back.
The legend.
Fervian.
Fervian.
I don't know. I can definitely see a win condition for this Neon Esports draft. I'm glad we had webcams on so we could capture your facial expression after they picked the Wraith King. I thought you were going to vomit for a second there.
I guess I don't know.
You made that face like, are you kidding me? What are you, an idiot? Why would you pick that hero?
Well, because sometimes in my brain's just, I'm just babbling along when my brain's thinking of heroes, and it comes across a hero like Wraith King, and I think of all these reasons why Wraith King looks terrible. And I go, that was a stupid thing to even think of. And then they pick it, and I go, well, now what? Why am I so wrong? What do they see that I don't see? And I mean, that's what I'm going to watch and look for, of course, is probably wondering how I wound up here.
It's looking spicy. It's looking spicy.
I am very guilty of spamming the Let's Play Some Dota egregiously. Like, I just go, dude.
I'm not a big chat wheel guy. I'm busy just talking to my team in general, so I don't have time for the chat wheel.
You know what's cooking? Ooh, you know what's cooking? Ooh, you know what's
I found it to be
cooking?
very effective while
Ooh.
coaching in the queue. I highly recommend, if you want to do that coach queue thing again, just get your chat wheels all set up.
Ah, okay.
It's a very good motivator. Sunsfan wanted to inform me that he zoomed in on the baboon's butt so that I would know what to talk about. It's an impressive one. Have you ever seen these guys at the zoo? They're crazy. I was at the Berlin Zoo, and there was like 20 of these guys in like a big exhibit with their little butts all hanging out and running around. It was really funny. They were very comical. I don't know what kind of a monkey they are.
I'm not good with primate stuff.
Baboon.
Baboon.
I don't think they're just a baboon, Sunsfan. I believe that it's a very specific kind.
It gets real complicated real quick.
Baboonicus. Ah, thank you.
I don't get pet monkeys though. That really freaks me out.
Pet monkeys. What about parrots?
I mean, it's a step up from a monkey, but also a pet I don't really get. I mean, parrots are cool because they are one that you can like actually train and they bond with people and stuff. So I get the allure if you really want to bond with an animal. But what's really sad about parrots is that they live a long time. So if
That
the
is
person they're bonded to dies, then they're kind of just there. They don't really bond with another person the same way they bonded the first one. So it's kind of sad. There's a whole like rescue program to deal with birds whose owners have died, and now you got all these old birds that just hate everybody, hate everything because the love of their life died.
Isn't that one of those famous things about Andrew Jackson, that his parrot was at the funeral and they kept cursing and they had to remove it?
I believe it.
Picked up so many curses from him.
I mean, that sounds all too real. That sounds too real to be made up to me. But to me, pet monkeys are just like, it's too close to a human, man. Just have
It
a
is.
baby.
Yeah, like seriously.
Adopt a baby if you can't have one. Like, I don't know. We, one time we were trying to adopt some animal, and the people that we were getting it from had a monkey at their house, and it was like in this little cage. And I remember seeing it when I was in like 5th grade and just being like, that doesn't feel right. This little monkey, it's like it's shaking the bars, like it looks like a prisoner. You know, it's looking at you when you come in, and it's like, well, how come you're not in the cage? It's like you can tell that it's smart. It's looking at you with those eyes, like, I know what the fuck's going on here. I know that my shit is way worse than your shit, and this is making me angry. It made me uncomfortable. Why would you want that in your bedroom? You're sleeping there while this monkey's just staring at you, thinking about all the ways it's gonna stab you and steal the food out of the kitchen.
What are you getting out of that relationship with the monkey?
I don't want to know, man. I mean, there was that famous story from like 10 years ago where that lady had I think it was a chimp, not a monkey, and
I'm scared where this is going.
You don't know this story?
No.
Well, some dude, she had an argument with some guy, and the monkey attacked the guy and ripped his face off and bit his genitals off, defending her honor. And then they found out that the lady was giving it alcohol and Xanax. And that was part of why the monkey, or chimp rather, was so crazy. I think that the lady had some issues too. She was like putting clothes on it and taking it out in public.
Well, she had alcohol and Xanax. So.
Kind of treating it like it was a little human. And then when it got a little too feisty, you're like, here, just take a few more Xanax. Here, just take a few more of these. You'll be good. You'll calm down. Not good. Not good. That's the thing.
That's animal cruelty.
Dude, that's what's scary about primates, is that their physiology is very similar to humans. They know where you don't want to get hit. You know, they know your sensitive spots. The face and the genitals, dude. They're going all in. They're going for it. They've got bigger teeth than you do. You don't want to mess around with that.
We have devolved from that battle. You know, that they're still in prime shape for a fight.
I would not want to knuckle up with a chimp, dude. Have you ever like seen those high-res pictures of like gorillas and stuff when they're just like
shredded
sitting there? They are so yoked. It's unbelievable. Gorillas are incredible creatures, though. I would love to go to some sort of like one of those
like a sanctuary or whatever.
Yeah, like the silverback sanctuaries, like the nearly endangered species. It's everything I've read about it is so fascinating, man. All that Jane Goodall stuff is like mind-blowingly cool. Who's that really famous one? Coco?
Coco. Remember they called George Costanza Coco?
Oh. Hey, is that T-Bone? Hey,
love that T-Bone.
I get him the jersey that says Coco on the back. Oh, man. Sometimes we call Mott T-Bone when he gets home from work and he's all grumpy and he opens the door. As soon as he comes around the corner, we just yell, hey, is that T-Bone?
Does that cheer him up?
I can't
bet
tell.
it does.
I think in the moment he usually goes, God damn it, leave me alone. But then afterwards he goes, oh, that's nice. They care about me.
That's nice. All right, well, Makoto, he was a gold Morphling. That game went pretty well. He's also a gold Lena player. So this guy, he knows her. He's ready to take down his opponent here.
All right.
Oh, look how beautiful this is. There's a little photo put up here by Fervian. Isn't that nice?
That is.
30 seconds to battle.
Isn't that the guy from How I Met Your Mother and Robin? I think it is. It's the...
I'm not sure.
Right? That's what it looks like.
I haven't watched that much Have I Met Your... How do you get that?
I haven't seen it in like 5 years. Or more than
How are you able to put the pictures down? Is that like a really high-level battle pass?
That is correct.
Suns fan, what level are we talking here? I don't have this. I'm poor. Over 1,000.
He thinks. Wow, Fervian's almost 2K, actually.
Over 1,000.
That's playing to win, baby.
Ooh.
All right, well, we got time now. Let me just double-check that. Oh, yeah, that is definitely Robin Scherbatsky and whatever the other guy's name is.
What happens
He's got a mustache and hair.
What if you put an inappropriate picture there? Do you get?
Then you can put it down. I've seen it in a couple of games. It's just your Steam picture.
Oh, it's your Steam profile picture?
Yeah.
Can you get in trouble if you make your picture something overly lewd?
I don't know. I mean, people can report it and then they just change it, I think.
Oh. Man. Look, dude, I don't know. Is there a world where I can upgrade my compendium with Moonduck funds because my Steam ID is the Moonduck logo. And then we can try to do the math on how many games I have to play to get the branding return on that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of Dota. But that's a good excuse to play Dota.
Suns fan, if you could crunch the numbers on that and let me know. I just want to say I'm in.
Thank you for your service.
Guys queued up top. Uh-oh. The body blocks. This Rubik, he is not messing around. RR. That's a layup right there.
Yeah, that was nice. Considering how bad level 1 telekinesis is now, that was necessary. I can't even get the throwback when I'm playing on EU West. It's actually, if you don't shift queue it, man, it's a quick maneuver these days with the Rubik.
All right. Neon strike first.
Well, in the bottom lane, they do have Rappy in a 1v2 scenario still, so he is getting whooped out of here. And now he's trying to trade with Joachim before he pops his salve. He has the double stout, so this trade in his favor, but he still has a drunken brawler his way back to the tower. Yo, Joachim's gonna go for it. Oh, he got him! Oh, he didn't! What? I thought that was gonna hit, man. That was like max range. Noble play by Joachim.
Is noble.
Well, they use the ward behind the tower to keep an eye on any sort of pull shenanigans. They've also blocked out the small camp, and Kesky's just going to bring the wave along with them.
Mid lane, very intense. Razor versus Lena. He's stealing some damage. She's throwing dragons.
It's the place to be. It's happening.
Very even so far in the mid. My eyes are on this Chen, Trent. I want to see what Chen's going to do.
I'm keeping an eye on Rappy down bottom because he's currently drunken brawlering and trying to get past Joachim here with the creep wave. Has stacked it to a double and now sees the arcane rune, but we'll just have to leave it. And Joachim just daring him to turn back here, but he needs this wave of XP. Well, 2 waves of XP right now for Rappy. He's trying to hold in front of the tower to help force a 3rd wave here, but can't quite get it. Question is, how many last hits is he going to get on this tower? Because he's still currently sitting at 0. I'm not leaving until he gets a last hit. I'm not missing. Let's see. He got 1. All right, we're good.
Up top.
Chen up top.
Easy. Uh-oh. Sand King's taking a tumble. That'll be 2-0.
Yeah, I knew he'd get the kill.
So is it standard to go Divine Favor level 1 on Chen now?
The games I saw today, yep.
Okay.
It's a hell of a passive. Regen per second 1, attack damage 4. Look at the range too. It is a giant range.
It's a big boy. But isn't Holy Persuasion still kind of nice?
I mean, I'll admit I'm a little surprised. I guess for the first blood, all the Chens I saw today had it. Then again, I only saw like 2. So
all right. Yeah, I mean, I was sleeping through most of the ESL Birmingham games, unfortunately.
Same.
Given this schedule, it's a little bit rough. But yeah, that's very interesting. I don't hate it. I'm just a little bit surprised.
Yeah, I would agree. I would initially think that, oh yeah, you get level 2, but you want the persuasion level 1 because it's only 4 damage. But they were 3 heroes, so of course that adds up.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Now he gets the
ends up
Harpy
being the Harpy.
Stormcrafter, one of the deceptively strongest creeps in the arsenal of what Chen can grab. Pretty short cooldown on that Chain Lightning. Very low mana cost. FBZ. Quite annoying. Bottom lane, Rappy and Joachim. They're going blow for blow. Now Furbian's here. RR joining the party. Joachim's going to fall. Furbian, he's not going to be able to stop him.
Yeah, nice job by RR to make that play there. And a regen rune for the Brewmaster, who had no regen left. How perfect. Oh, and it gets canceled by Coddle. Got him this time. Courier's going to fly right over Chow Shaman. That reveals him. And RR trying to do the same, perhaps? He thought about trying to force a rotation mid, and we'll at least get a ward down.
Oh, top lane. They've dusted him. The Sand King can't take the heat, so they kick him out of the kitchen, man. 4-0, Trent.
Yeah,
It's bounty time.
If there's one thing about the Wraith King pick, it is going to be good in the lane. It doesn't have to deal with the Coddle, it doesn't have to deal with the Troll. So all those things I'm talking about with the Dispels and the Mischance and all that stuff, not going to be an issue. Until later on.
RR. Here a bounty rune for his team. Makes it 2 apiece. Could have been 3, but Brewmaster did not want to sacrifice his life to get the bounty.
Jeez. Flying Soul is getting so much damage with this Harpy. It's out of mana, though. But FBZ is still forced out of the lane.
Dude, I'm telling you, that creep is ridiculous.
It is probably the best you can get at level 1 Holy Persuasion, without a doubt. I'm not sure what else is level 4 that would be worth. The Alpha Wolf's probably the second best.
I think the Satyr Tormentor can be situationally really good. The regen's pretty fun, and the Shockwave is okay. But much more mana intensive.
You also can't get it at level 1.
Oh, you can't grab that at level 1?
No, he's like a level 6 or something. He's a hard one to get. Yeah, he's level 6.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you need level 3 to grab it. Oh, good call. Battle outside the Roach Pit. Mikoto, wow, he's going down quick. He's going to be the first one to fall. Mark gets a double, and they're probably going to find 3. Kezcute on the run, but this Shadow Shaman not going to survive, and it is a disastrous fight for boom.id. 7-0 at 6 minutes. All Neon.
Yeah, Chen involved in 4 of the 7 kills here. I think he's got second only to Rubik, who's been in 5 of them. And in the bottom lane, I think Rappy, he still hasn't died. If you think about how much damage he has tanked, it's pretty absurd this game. And he's getting more range creeps under his tower. Another wave coming through with the catapult. As long as he can hold his tower here, Rappy's just doing fantastic. He just wants that range creep to die so he can get level 6. He's trying to kill it now to get a 6, but he's getting the misses. Oh, Rappy! Oh, no, down the cliff. They're gonna try and kill him.
He's good. He's gonna live. There's Kezcute now by the tree line.
Dude, he wants a 6 so bad.
Okay, he got it. And now he is gonna get shackled up. Does not have the mana for it. Still on the run. RR is here.
RR could mango him. But he's probably saying, like, dude, I don't think we can fight even if I mango you. Oh, he might die.
Still some stick charges.
Oh, he passed the mango over. What a player.
FBZ dies elsewhere. They still bring down the tower. Now Furbian, big set of stick charges. Will stay and fight against the pandas with the whirling axes, and that might be the end of it.
Yeah, the mango was wasted.
It was a tower for tower exchange, though, up top. Scotty-licious did finish off the tower. He's got the Midas now.
Got quite a few skellies here as well.
It's a whole army.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You know where Napoleon kept his armies?
Basement.
In his sleeveys.
What's... I don't get it. Is that a Canadian thing?
What do you mean you don't get it? Where did he keep his armies? In his sleeveys.
What's a sleeve?
Like his sleeves. You know?
I don't get it at all.
Alright, I guess you've never heard that one. Fair enough.
I don't do Napoleon jokes. I don't know.
You should be more thankful to the French, you know. They gave you your country.
Supposedly he wasn't as short as
That's true. It's all just propaganda. It has something to do with him being an artillery. I forget the story. He was an artillery lieutenant or something. And that somehow the joke spawns from his being part of the artillery, little general, little corporal or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's still just such a ridiculous, like, oh, don't follow that guy. He's short. Like,
oh,
what a
the
dumbass.
Brits and their clever propaganda.
Like, of all the things, like, whoa. You wouldn't follow a 5-foot general, would you? I guess not. It's a good call.
It's like one of those things, you go to ancient monuments, you see the size of the stairs, you're like, damn, everyone has really little feet.
Yeah. Little baby feet. FBZ.
Like Razor, I bet he's got little baby feet. He doesn't use them, so they're probably not very well developed. Does he have feet?
Who?
Razor? I don't think he does.
No, dude, he's just floating. He's
I thought there might be some in there.
No, he's just electricity. He's one of those weird
Who do you think has the biggest feet in Dota? Elder Titan? I bet that guy's really big feet. I guess they're hooves, though.
Yeah.
He is not kosher.
He doesn't have regular feet. Centaur, he's probably got hooves.
He's got a hoof that stomps.
That's a good question. Who's got the biggest feet? Maybe
I'm surprised
Tiny?
Suns fan doesn't just know, frankly.
I think Tiny, once he grows a little bit, he's got some pretty big dogs.
Underlord's got some pretty big knucklers. you know who I always think is having big feet actually is Visage, but they're ghost feet. All right, they're not that big.
He does though. He's got like hawk talons for some reason.
It's quite the gargoyle. Visage is a pretty cool hero. I wish we saw him a bit more.
Yeah, I like watching Visage. I hate playing against a good Visage player.
Well, yeah, because a good Visage just snowballs the game, and there's nothing worse than getting snowballed.
Yeah, dude. Wraith King's down bottom. He's got the Midas. He's working on a Radiance. They've used the Dust. Sand King did not get hit by it.
Well, they're going to take this tower faster than Troll is. I assume they're going to rotate and save their safe lane.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Because I don't want to give this free space to the Troll Warlord here. And yeah, here comes the Chen.
Troll pushes pretty quick, though. I don't know if Chen's going to be enough to stop him.
He's going to die for this, I think. He really wanted that kill.
Okay. Rubik's here. He should have the interrupt. He's trying to work his way through the
He's
trees.
gonna live.
Oh, boys. Neon, my boys.
Fervian. What a gamer.
Work. He knew.
Is under attack.
Meanwhile, in the bottom
that's
lane,
awful. That was 4 heroes bottom and then forced all the way back top, and they just trade. It's not very good at all.
yeah, that was pretty terrible.
All right, well, despite being up 8-1, it's only a 1k lead for Neon, and then, of course, a poor tower trade just puts it things a little bit further in towards the boom.id getting back into this one. What do they need in terms of their mid game, though? They need this Lina to pop off. That's the real thing. You know, Troll's going Battle Fury. That's a Troll Warlord player. At least he has the Demon Edge already at 12 minutes, so Fervian's having a great start here, as he's only second to the Midas Wraith King.
Yeah, your Shadow Shaman is 6 now, so you can start fighting around wards. That's always a play.
Yeah, I would think that you just want to take this mid tower, maybe smoke up, try and get a kill either on the right side of the tier 1 or going up under that high ground with the Laguna Blade and then transition to Snake's mid. But the counter smoke is coming from that same spot, looking for the Lina. They've had some vision in here. They probably know where she's at. And she will pop it and turn real quick.
Not quick enough, though. Still caught by a telekinesis. Drops the Lagooner. Tries to finish off Rubik, but no, the hand of God is there.
Jeez. Did you see that with the heal increase? Wow. That, with Divine Favor, my goodness. That makes it so much better when you're next to someone. Holy.
16%, baby.
He got healed for 348 from that level 1 Hand of God.
Yep, and they find Yoakum. He'll get chased down. FBZ chilling in the tree line there. Dusted up, heads up to the high ground, but hey, Fly Solo's ready and waiting. He doesn't have penance, but Rappy is there. The Panda be in the way. It'll be 1-11 now coming into the 14-minute mark. Only a 1K net worth lead, but I have a feeling that's about to go up. And already at 2K, now this tier 1 mid is in trouble.
Well, Divine Favor. I mean, now that it's an AoE, back to the death balling for Chen. You can see just everyone nearby. His creeps hit nice and hard, helping out with anyone else who's right-clicking that tower, and just takes one quick pick into a tower siege. And I mean, that's one of those things about Dota that, you know, if you can just any kill resulting in an objective is the fantastic thing to have in your draft. That's why Leshrac was so good last patch. And already Chen is drawing the circle bottom. He's saying, guys, I want to do this again. Please and thank you. I got a Satyr now as well. Oh, baby.
Oh, I get it. Armies, sleeveys.
You didn't get that part of it?
No, I didn't. Took 5 minutes of contemplation, then reading the spoiler in Twitch chat to really figure it out. That was a good one. Oh.
Thank you.
Hand of Midas on Rappy. He knows it's going to be a long one.
I just want to go back because if I'm not mistaken, you said his basement. Was that your first answer?
Yeah.
Middle tower is under attack.
All right. Anyway, the Radiance is almost done.
He's getting there. He's almost got the level 2 ulti also. That's a reincarnation for the layman's.
Ah. And that's a 15.5-minute Battle Fury. About a minute ahead of schedule. I love me those Battle Furies.
Unfortunately, it's not enough to make Troll an exciting hero to watch.
That's pretty true.
And look, now he's going to get the Sanj and Yasha. I hope he misclicks and gets a Kaya Yasha instead by that. So that would be fun.
Radiant structures are
I mean, gotta get into that mana reduction of those 50 mana skills. Whew.
You gotta look out. Oh, the blinding light down bottom on all of the skeletons. Incredible play. Will it be enough though?
Play.
FBZ, he comes
Dude,
in with
ditched.
nice epicenter. All right.
They went to try and save top, and they don't even save it. Oh, Neon. What are you doing?
All right. Well, that
Their
was,
decision-making on towers is abysmal. Like, they TP out the Chen and the Brewmaster to try and stop a Shadow Shaman and Catapult from taking a tower. They fail. Shadow Shaman still gets it, and they just end up ditching their Wraith King.
yeah, that was
What was
pretty
that?
bad. That was a classic shake and bake. That was just terrible. I don't have much for you there. That was also a really bad time for the Wraith King to die. He doesn't have Radiance.
It's also just like, of all the people to take, why the Brew? Like, what are you going to do? Ult and kill a Shadow Shaman?
Apparently so.
I mean, now they're just after this Troll Warlord. They're trying to make these TPs, but only a little bit of duration left here. Fox is a bit early here.
Fervian in some trouble. They're going to have a lot of damage, but he is now on the run. Scottalicious
He's out of
is
mana.
here. He needs to close the gap, and he will. Drops the stun. Fervian sustaining, though. Pops the ulti. This Troll is actually a beast right now. They'll finally have the damage to finish him off, but that was a pretty good battle trance.
Not good enough, though. Doesn't secure any kills there, so... All right, well, some
Dire's middle
repayment
tower is
back
under
towards their
attack.
side for Neon by getting the kill on the Troll Warlord, and now they're going to transition that into a push on the mid lane. Don't want to drop the snakes here. They're only a second away, but obviously the tower's already pretty low.
Whoa, mid lane, the setup on 2.
He still just holds those snakes. I'm impressed. That was very tempting to just drop it with 2 heroes like that, but he had faith in his allies having enough damage. And now they actually are drawing the line to push top it. He wants another sneaky snake play.
Right. And Neon really not doing much with this early momentum. About to lose their lead. Now the Radiance comes out on Wraith King. I think this is when boom.id start to pop off here. Like, Troll is not even really in fighting form yet, and still Fervian has been able to put a lot of pressure on. 0, 1, and 0 on Fervian. That's almost unbelievable.
Carry players, dude. Why do carry players even play Dota? I don't understand.
They like firemen.
On the Brewmaster, he's dead.
So you
Didn't
like
have
a
an
rat?
ulti anyway.
Middle tower is under attack.
They do deploy the wards for this, though. Van King, Burrow strike forward. Does get dusted. Trying to find his way in the trees, but no, Wraithfire Blast will be there. Alright, 13-5. Still very even. 20-minute bounty's not far off.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I wonder if Joachim can secure both those bottom ones for himself and then get all 4. He just uses blinding light though. It'll be back up just as it's coming. All right, let's see. We'll see if our is on the pulse right now. There is Radiant Vision. He's going to see the Rubik. He's going to have the Blinding Light. He's going to get both these bounties. We're going to miss a kill, but it's a bounty battle. Oh, Yokum, you screwed it up.
Well, RR makes him look like a dummy.
Yokum. Oh, well, RR missed the toss onto the high ground at the very least, so that'll save Yokum's life.
And they
Come on, dude.
This one.
I don't know if he's trying not to give away the ward. And you know what it is? I bet he misjudged the Aether Lens. That's probably what it was.
That's fair.
Probably didn't expect telekinesis to be that close.
Yeah. All right, Dire grouped up in the mid. We're going to see another smoke. Where are we going, boys? Into the Dire jungle we venture.
Looks like they're only going to catch a Coddle here, if anyone. Oh, perhaps with the FBZ, they could bounce him out of the sandstorm.
Just blink up to the high ground. Fast fingers there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are
All right, what's Fermion going to do? Is he going to hit? He's under a ward right now, so they know that Troll is not in the vicinity.
A lot of damage on the Brewmaster, though. Bursting him down will be huge, but they can't do it. He survives. Instead, Coddle falls. On the way back, it's
Radiant
Fermion.
structures are fortified.
And now Fermion's upset that he even TP'd because he missed the range creep. I'm sure his team was yelling at him, and now there's no fight.
Oh, they're going to catch the Shadow Shaman. He deploys wards, but not much comes of it. Brewmaster ult is ceased to... It's now expired. Solo on the other side. We got Mark. That's his BKB. Could still be a tall order to survive, but Scotty Licious is here. Rubik with a stolen Dragon Slave. Fermion's going to be just fine. And now FBZ with a nice stun forward. Buyback from the Shadow Shaman now. They want to punish this. boom.id on the aggressive. They'll find RR and chase him down on the other side. They want the king.
Oh,
Link up to the high ground. He makes it out. Coddle with the Will-O-Wisp. Not quite there.
Thanking gets that solo finish though under RR. Okay, so that worked out in the end. The rotation back, they went a little too ham there from Neon. They got the first kills, they got enough pressure on the tower, forced the TP back to the troll, but then they just stuck around. Chen got caught in behind on the other side of the tower. That got a little awkward, and in the end, it results in the net worth lead going in favor of boom.id with the Roche take. Fermion, though, walks up to the high ground with a DD rune, feeling like a big boy, and now he just lost his Aegis.
All right, well.
There's no split though. I don't know about this.
Big advantage from the Roshan, now gone. Fermion in some trouble. He's on the run, but
Yo, Chen's a good hero. I did not factor in the recall.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, they needed that Razor though, and obviously that was mega value. And now they can just bring over the Brewmaster, and you're like, oh man, Chen's a really good hero, guys. I can do that every 15 seconds. Pretty good.
Yep, Penance also pretty good in those scenarios. Gives you some extra slow.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now the tier 2 mid will finally fall.
Middle tower has fallen.
Continues to be a pretty topsy-turvy game here. Just like that, Neon at the high ground, and boom.id do not seem ready for this. Lena pushing bottom, Coddle pushing top. It'll be a free tier 3 tower. Now they want even more. They have to jump in onto the Lena. They'll survive the initial onslaught, but dies basically immediately after the Yules. Neon playing this pretty safe. They are starting to back out. They might lose the Wraith King.
They're going to die first, though.
Buyback from the Rubik. Roster wards come down on the low ground. KezQ just gets destroyed. There's the reincarnation.
That's the dieback on Fermion if they get him.
Wraith King charging forward, trying to grab FBZ. Can't finish him off. Ignis on the backside gets brought down. Still all 5 alive on the side of Neon. TP back in from the Sand King. They're going to chase out here. They want to get these cleanup kills, but this is bold. Fermion overcommits, and he goes down.
That's it.
Fermion down for 90, and they know it.
Okay, so I said what was good about the Wraith King, and it was definitely the skeletons in combination with a Chen. That death push, very real. They can instantly just take any objective when they win one fight. The skeletons did so much work on that tier 3.
Wraith King almost feels like a more versatile Lycan right now. They'll try to initiate on him again, but Reincarnation has come back. Back to life we go. They trade FBZ for just a Recarn.
Radiant's middle
Almost finding that
barracks
coddle, but
Man, they're doing a great job of wiping these creep waves. This Illuminate's going to be a little early, though. Oh, never mind. He's got the shock back up, so... They got to finish this melee racks. Do they have glyph?
creeps are in, though. Backdoor's been broken. They'll be able to finish it off now. And Fervian's been down for so long that it just doesn't matter. They're going to catch Yoakum again. Tier 2 standing in top and bottom. So this will only be one lane, but this is a lot of damage done. Now a 6k net worth lead. Another buyback used. Of course, opens up shrines as well.
That should help.
And you can see, though, how hard it was still to get those structures, even with the Wraith King. So you can imagine, like, if they gone for, like, that life steal that I mentioned, it'd probably be even harder to take that high ground. So certainly worked out with this pick. I mean, he's slaying to this game, no doubt. He's 6-1 and 12. The additional stun can never be understated how valuable that is to having a carry hero. There's not a whole lot that come with that, so... Godlicious just really popping off these last 2 games between the Naga and the Wraith King.
Yeah. What did he play in game 1?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The Sven, right? It was Sven. They lost
And
that one.
he played pretty well in game 1, honestly.
He did.
They had bigger issues than just their carry.
He actually played 3 of the only position 1s that have, like, stuns. He played the Naga, the Sven, and the Wraith King.
Yeah.
Most Agi heroes don't just come with, like, a decent, long range. I mean, you've got, like, Lucent Beam, I guess. But, there's not that many overall.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
You're definitely right. I don't know if Lucent Beam really counts as a stun per se.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. But, actual control elements, there's not a lot that come from your carry hero. Faceless Void's, of course, the big one that comes to mind with an ulti, but... Godlicious still opts for the mana cost. I'm a little surprised by that. I thought he might go for the skeletons, considering how hard the push they've been. But the problem is the skeletons just die so fast that it kind of makes sense. And maybe the mana leak from the coddle could do something.
Ooh, pretty good setup. Brew gets off the split thanks to the heal from Chen. Wraith King comes right back to life. They could probably get this tier 3, but instead they're
after Fervian up top, dude.
They want to defend.
They want to end this game if Fervian gets captured. The ward down, they spot which tree line he goes into. They've got the vision. They've got the stun.
Oh, Fervian, my boy. They might get the barracks up top. That's just ranged, though. Dare I say not worth.
It depends. They did save their bottom lane, don't forget. Because of that. So, is Troll dying worth saving your bottom lane? Probably. And then at the same time, you also got a tier 3 and a range racks. So
Okay. Yeah, when you frame it like that, it feels a
Probably
little
good.
better.
Unfortunately, Troll is still your most farmed hero, despite being dead for this long, which is not a good sign. This Lino really needs something. Makoto not having quite the same performances as earlier.
No, that Morphling game definitely stood apart from the other two.
Dire's bottom tower is
Aghanim's
under
not far on
attack.
the Lina, though.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top shrine.
Shrine time now for the Dire.
They're kind of just looking again. They seem to have a really good idea as to where Neon are. That they can play so boldly like this into their territory. Now they see that courier as well flying down here, so they know that's where they are.
Boom, posturing like they want to try to put some pressure on at this high ground.
FPZ wants to kill with his Veil. That's what they're hoping for. Just this right here. Oh, they're going to go for the greed. It pays off. That's so greedy to go for that Epi first. But they needed something like that.
And they drop wards on the high ground, so it forces a reaction. Now they'll jump in. Scottylicious trying to focus the Ignis. I don't know if it's the right play. Instead, he's just going to turn on to the Shadow Shaman.
I mean, if this goes longer, there are definitely issues for Neon. This Wraith King still has all the problems we listed before. He had all these benefits. He did a great job facilitating early game kills with his stun, as well as the pushes with the skeletons, but he's still going to run into problems of the blind. He's forced into a BKB, an item that the Wraith King never wants to buy, but there's no doubt that he needs it in this match. This guy can't buy mantas, really. Obviously, doesn't want to go for like Lotus Orbs or any of these other Dispel items, so BKB is the one that you're forced into. Although, you know, you buy Radiance anyway. Maybe Manta Wraith King's the future, guys. You don't sound excited by a Manta Radiance Wraith King. He's offline. That's an issue. Looks like he had a problem. His internet is out, guys. Well, welcome to the Trent Show. That explains why he was not excited by my Manta Radiance. And I got this, as producer Suns fan says that I can do it. He's filling me with confidence and talking about what a great caster I am. So we should be fine. It'll be A-okay. I think, did he just leave? Oh, hi, Suns fan. How are you? Oh, Suns fan, welcome to the broadcast. How have you been enjoying things? Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's good to have you back. Oh, yeah, he's going for this dude. Oh. Okay.
You can't escape the underskin.
No, you Twitter at Trempax.
Are scanning.
Yeah, twitter.com/Trempax. Yeah, you gotta figure it out. Trempax at twitter.com. Oh yeah, I thought he was out as well. Alright, so they're dumping a lot for these 1 kills, but I think their logic is that Neon are on sort of a bit of a timer and they need all 5 to push high ground, so they're just like that's why it's just dumping wards like that. Because even now, it's still a 3v2, and the Coddle, does he have buyback? Cooldown, it's 55 seconds to use buyback, so they might get the tier 3 here. Ooh, potentially more, because that tier 3 is super low bottom. How many skeletons he got? Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower.
The Radiance? I mean, it is, but it's I would say Scythe would be pretty common at this point for most games, but they've got a wave issue, so he's just trying to solve the problem of not getting pushed into their imminent death. He also has the Veil, so of course the magic amp makes it a little valuable. It's we've seen it a few times, but yeah, it's still a little unusual, of course, to get it this late. Yeah, I just hate this hero. I don't know. I don't know what the allure is. I mean, he's got... Yeah, this Wraith King still is DD for a bit. I don't know if I'd be too confident running into him. And of course, you've already lost your snakes, as you said. What's their buyback situation? Lena, Troll, only 2 on the Radiant with buybacks. Yeah, she's out of here. She wants to push that bottom lane. And Rappy's just going to keep his eye on the pit. As Jokum Yokum keeps on spamming the Illuminates.
Dire's middle tower is under
I know.
attack.
What was your reaction? I haven't talked to you really since the patch. Like, did you just, like, could you believe it? Very first line. Yeah. Wow, are you suddenly hinting that he's actually German after all this time? Wow. Now I know. Finally, someone slipped up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom shrine is under attack. Bottom shrine has fallen.
Man, this FBZ's been playing really well, I have to say, on the Sand King. I mean, he's 5-8-4. His scoreline doesn't say it all, but I usually consider Sand King to not have an ultimate, and again, he just gets off this epicenter, but the BKB will be there in time. Man.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Dead.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That's a lot of lives. Let's go. He has 25, that's why. Because he wants the stun. That is.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
But they still have creep issues, though. They only have one wave coming in. If Coddle can clean that up. He's not on it right now, though. He's just aiming at heroes. Someone needs to get the wave.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Just can't quite get the damage through, and they're just gonna keep earning him back up. And man, if they had just gotten that wave mid, I guess they just didn't notice, but they probably could have forced them out, honestly. But now it's GG.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
True.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under
Yeah, that's fair. You know, you want to go for it all in the end. And, well, Scottalicious still no depths, and now Rappy is just going to keep spamming the ulti.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
FPZ wants one more go.
Radiant's ancient is under attack.
Yes. What a game. Thank you, Observer Producer Sons fan.